Hello and welcome to Your Psychic Intelligence Connection. I'm your host, Lindsay Latham. This is a long video that I sped up a little, but you can always speed it up for yourself in the settings down with the little wheel thing, which can be quite satisfying. This is me being interviewed for the Galactic or on the Galactic Family Podcast. I will link their YouTube channel in the description. Definitely go and check them out. This video will provide a lot of insight. You may find that you have a lot of things in common with me, and then I also demonstrate my abilities towards the end live. They caught me off guard and they put me on the spot, so I provided some on-the-spot readings for their audience. Please watch the video all the way through. Support the channel. If you don't know already, YouTube is changing their qualification. Starting in January 2027 or February 2027, they are changing the qualifications to get into the YouTube Partner Program for monetization. Right now, my channel needs 3,500 watch time hours in a 365-day period in order to qualify for this program. Starting in February 2027, that goes up to 8,000 watch time hours needed to qualify for this program. And I really, really want to keep this channel going. I love creating the psychic development exercises for you guys, but the short form videos do not count towards watch time hours. So you're going to be seeing a lot of long form videos from me and live replays going forward. Be sure to check those out. If you want to be amazing, just play the video in the background or turn it down and let it play. That will help the channel so much. And my spirit team, ancestors, and source are so ready to bless you to the fullest extent for supporting my channel and my mission to help the collective expand consciousness and awaken to our core operating system of psychic intelligence. So without further ado, here is this podcast interview with me. Enjoy. Let me know in the comments what you think and what your thoughts are. And yeah, talk to you later. Bye.
Hello, and welcome back to the Galactic Family Podcast, where we explore the unseen realms of consciousness, cosmic connection, and the inner awakening of your soul. Today, we're joined by a truly gifted soul, Lindsay Latham. She's a psychic medium. I probably said that wrong, but she's a psychic medium, intuitive guide, and founder of the Alchemistic Creatives. Lindsay bridges the mystical and the practical, offering healing through Reiki, remote viewing, and her extraordinary bond with both people and animals. Her mission is to help others awaken their intuitive power and align with their soul's purpose. Lindsay, welcome to the Galactic Family Podcast. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. It's Lindsay Latham.
Latham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
A lot of people have probably. It's okay.
It's like I should have understand, like, if you didn't have, it was probably if you had that like A with the little thing on top of it, Latham. You know what I mean?
That's made it very European.
Right. But so your gifts are very, very intriguing. So what led you to originally discover that you had psychic abilities?
Well, it was a lot of, they've been there. Okay. They've been there. I'm 40. I'm almost 43. They've been there since I was little. I started to astral travel naturally when I was around 15. Didn't know what it was until I was 17 or 18. Then I had a friend die and found out what was happening to me. And so I was so scared. But then once I figured out what was happening, then that's the only way that I could find him was out of my body at night. So I started getting really good at that. And then the psychic, I call it a psychic break, or when the clairaudience came online, I was 18 or 19, and I didn't figure out what that was until I was 36. And that took having a stranger in front of me that I'd never met before, and his wife who had passed. She was spelling her name in my ear, but I didn't know what it was. And I was like, her name just came out of my mouth, and then my whole body flushed. And I knew, I was like, oh, so the voices, you got to go through this whole process of getting through the conditioning, because we're conditioned to believe that if you hear voices, you're crazy. If you hear voices, you belong in a mental institution. If you hear voices, you're schizophrenic, which I've been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia before by the Social Security people when I was 18, I think. And clearly I'm none of those things. And I'm just
sometimes they do that to keep track of people.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've noticed that.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Now, Lindsay, when you were younger, now this has happened to a lot of people, recently it's been coming out. gifted and talented. Were you part of any kind of gifted and talented when you were in school in your younger years?
Well, one thing that I like to say, my first memory is above my body. So I guess my first memory was an out of body experience. And then as soon as I entered my body, I didn't know who I was. I thought I looked different. And I was around age 4.
I have heard that too. One person that has talked to me about that has said that it's almost like one soul is dying, but it still wants to live. And another one is kind of merging, making it whole again. I
have some theories on that too. And I've thought about if maybe we all have 2 souls, one in the beginning before consciousness, and then another one, or if it's a technology that's warping time, and if I was taken from my body to go somewhere else because I was needed somewhere else, and then this time travel technology put me back in my body. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Now, as far as being in a gifted program, I was very talented. I mean, I was singing from the age of very young and doing.
That's what I mean. Like when you were singing, like they put you right in the choir. They put you, or you know what I mean? When you were singing, your parents were like, she's a gifted singer. We're going to put her in choir. We're going to put her in this. Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah, I was, but instead of school stuff, because I hated school from a very young age. I was skipping school in kindergarten. My stepdad was talking about that the other day. I was literally hiding from the school bus and skipping school in kindergarten, and then like riding my bike around the neighborhood with, like on my own. But I was in like plays. I tried, not school plays, but like, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, so it wasn't like Broadway or anything, but it was, productions, like play productions from a young age. And, but yeah,
that's been said too, was that people are groomed also, not on purpose, but the parents get an email saying your child is gifted at this. We need them to study this. They're kind of pushing you in that direction. Like, you need to study this. And then if they need you along the way, they can pick you out of one of these and use you. That's what I've been told. But other than that, how did you, now once you got a hold on everything going on, how did you start transitioning and recognizing and your gifts to making them into your profession?
Okay, so I was I was a heroin and a meth addict for a very long time, and that was just something I had to go through in order to be fully in my purpose.
There's no judgment here. Everybody's been through what they've been through.
Oh yeah, and but I had to get to the outskirts of society to push everybody so far away to be able to listen and not give a shit about anybody or anything, to be able to get quiet enough on the inside. Now, I started Reiki. I started the process of becoming a Reiki practitioner. My older sister, Kristen, she's 10 years older than me. Okay. So she was a Reiki master in the 90s. And when I was 24 is when I started getting my Reiki practitioner certifications. And I went to my master level all in that first year. And then I was at a master level for 13 years until I got off heroin. And then I went to the master teacher level, and it'll be 5 years in July that I've been a master teacher. So with Reiki comes a natural progression of psychic awareness. But it was there anyway, but it helps you get acclimated with the energies. Now, in addiction, I was doing Reiki to support myself through addiction the last, 5 to 7 years leading up to me really getting off of everything. Yes. And so I started to have these experiences with these people I was doing Reiki on. I would hear connect to ascended children. I would hear this. I have this connection with children on the other side, which I can go into also about a calling that I've been told I'm supposed to do this thing for children and Reiki. And so I started asking the guys, since I didn't care, I was high. You know what I mean? I did not care. And I was, started asking them questions. I was like, do you have children on the other side that have passed? And I'm like, and not just one child. I'm like, children. And he's like, why are you asking me that? And I'm like, well, there's these kids. They're showing up for you. And he's like, he had a pregnant wife who was pregnant with twins when he was 18. This man's in his 50s. Wow. They got in a car accident and they all passed away. Well, this guy's kids are showing up for his Reiki session with me. So I started to have these experiences. And as you have these experiences with strangers, it's very important to have these experiences with strangers. That's how you start to build confidence, and you start to really see, because you don't know these people from Adam. I was having mediumship experiences for years with my grandfather. My grandfather, he died when I was 21. He is a huge part of my psychic development from the other side. But did I believe it? No, because he's my grandpa. I'm like, of course I can talk to my grandpa.
Yeah.
But when it's a stranger and you don't know them from anything, it's really just, jumping off of that ego cliff and getting out of your mouth what you are experiencing, and then starting to build that confidence. Now, my plan was, when I got off dope, and my exit plan was crazy. I got pregnant, and that was my exit plan, and that's what I did, and I haven't looked back. My son Orion, he just turned 5, and that was it. And it was I don't know what I was thinking, but it worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
It was a shock. It's another shock to your system, is what you needed. It was the motherly instinct shock.
Yeah, well, because I wasn't going to do to him. I wasn't, I wasn't going to be one of those moms that, there's just no way. Plus I was old. I was 37. Like I was done. I let the universe back me into a corner, and I let the universe save my life. And that's a huge part of how I live today. I let the universe take care of me. But I had to go through those, living on the streets, not having everything taken from me, and to learn how to trust the universe, because without that trust, you can't, you have to have that trust in the unseen. And you have to work with others to have validated within you on every level in order to work in the psychic realms as a career, and you also have to have a very thick skin, because people are crazy, and they
I know
all their shit out on you when, I know it's not me.
Yeah. Well, it's normally not. It's like, it's society in general. Society in general wants people to fit into a certain criteria, and if you don't, you're crazy, you're different, you're not all there. But now we hear, oh, psychic abilities are real. We already knew that. The government didn't have to tell us that. You have been connecting. I've been doing the same thing myself with some of the stuff that you've been doing. Not the animal, but the animal was just something that was just wow.
It's so cool.
That really is like, and that is what inspired you then, your journey to start the Alchemistic Creatives LLC.
Well, right. So in addiction, I wanted to start this business. My plan was, it was Universal Healing and Psychic Arts. That was the name of the business. So when that was my first business, but I forgot to pay something, and so they dissolved my business. Well, I'm like, okay, this is my old identity dying, and I need to just move forward. And it was cheaper for me to just start another LLC than to have to deal with that. Okay, so Alchemistic Creatives was born because there is so much that goes into what I do. I mean, I'm a psychic, I'm a Reiki teacher, I'm an animal communicator, I'm a medium. It's like there's so much. And so under the umbrella of Alchemistic Creatives, it's like I can do whatever I want, and it's also without the psychic. The word psychic kind of,
I like intuitive.
Yeah, it's less abrasive, because psychics have such a bad rap, and that's on purpose. It's on total purpose, and one day that won't be true anymore. But
well, it's like, why did the U.S. government change from UFO to UAP? Because it sounds better.
What is UAP?
UFO was well, you know what UFO is. Unknown. UAP is unknown aerial phenomenon.
Yeah, because there's so many different
unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah, because
UAP, because UFO was a term that the government used, and everybody laughed about it. Everybody laughed at everybody. Then the government wanted people to take it seriously. Now we're in Congress now. UAP is now the new cool word for, or USO. Underwater submerged, unknown submerged object.
I don't think they know either.
Or unidentified submerged object. It's weird. It's like, I just call it it's unidentified.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it is.
It's really the human mind cannot even grasp or define what it is. So it's like, it's one of those things. That's a big part of psychic development too. It's like the human mind is not capable of even putting into words a lot of the time what I do. It's like, or what is actually happening that is so far beyond our conditioning that it's I don't know, it's hard to communicate sometimes, but I feel I have a way of articulating it, which is why I help people on social media with psychic development, because I've done so much intricate work with the mind that it is, and had to climb my way out and through so much with the mind that I'm able to identify what's going on in other people pretty much to help them get through it so, they can identify, because we're all doing it. We're all psychic at all times. We're all having psychic experiences. We just don't know. It's so simple. It's difficult. It's the human mind makes everything so difficult when it's so ingrained in our natural way of being. It has just been miscategorized and mislabeled. So
yes, and I've actually done a test, and I did it tonight, right before this show. I wanted to prove it to my wife. Now, what I've been told is when beings connect to us, their brains are more of a higher level of vibration. Okay. They can connect to 10 to 15 different things at once and do that at once, right? You put 10 or no. Now let's talk about the human brain. Human brain can only handle 2 forms of information at a time, meaning you can talk to your wife. You're talking to her. She's paying attention to you. Then she sits there, and while she's trying to pay attention to you, she's also watching a show, and she's eating at the same time. And she's watching that show, but she's also trying to pay attention to you. I said, you're going to forget what I told you. It'll filter out of your brain, and you'll slowly forget what I'm talking to you about. And it happened not once, twice in a row. I did that with her, and she forgot what I was talking to her about. And I'm like, I just proved it. So when beings connect, they connect to people, or they choose people that are on that higher vibration that can handle it, because you don't want to connect to a 1987 computer and try to give it information like we do now. Right. You'll fry it. That's the same thing as psychics.
Well, that's what we are.
Yes.
And that's what I tell people. We are computers. You have to command your inner body like a computer. Connect to Lindsay's energy. I tell them, talk to your inner being like it's a computer.
Yes.
Connect to Lindsay's energy. And then you start assigning techniques. So you're going to assign spirit to communicate with you in certain ways. And there's, that's really all it is. And you can assign, and you can say commands to your inner computer in less than a second. It's just with an intention. You can do it with just a feeling without even a thought. It's like it's just all integrated into us, into every fiber of our being. It's just getting a hold of it and getting ahead of your karma, which is only done by being a good person. You have to be in spiritual integrity, and you have to walk the walk and talk the talk. You can't be. I'm sure there's people I'm sure that use psychic abilities for bad things, but that's just not who I am. I can't imagine being that way. And I don't know how those people even operated, so, but I know I didn't get here by being a piece of shit person. I got here by being a good person.
I have some intuition on this. Like, when it comes to beings of a higher being, of higher vibrational frequency than us, I'm going to bring up the story that Jake Barber said. He is transporting a UAP, and all he feels is a motherly love shooting at him. As he is transporting this being to a military installation to get interrogated or whatever, it's not mad at him. It's all love to them. That's all they feel. That's all they want back. And they try to stay away from people that are negative. But with him, it was like he felt the love, and he was crying. He said he almost had to turn around the helicopter in mid-flight. Like, that's the type of connection we need back. Like you said, you do good things, your energy, then it changes. It literally does. Overnight it will. And that brings us on to the challenges, though. Like, what challenges did you face, and how did you overcome them? Like, I'm sure, you had many challenges along the way. We talked about that already, but as far as like getting people to understand that, hey, this is where, I found, out this is where it's at, this is how I came to it. Believe me or not, go look for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get people to start believing?
Well, I think my family, I have a very open-minded family, and so, and I've always been one of those people who has been very, like, if you don't like me, yeah, like if you don't like me, I don't, I am who I am. I've been like that. I struggled with, figuring out who I was when I was younger and wanting to fit in and things like that. And, but that went out the window pretty young, I'd say also. But still was a work in progress, even into sobriety, because I figured out that I'm so susceptible to other people's energy that I had taken on, like my sisters, I've got tons of sisters, 4 sisters. I had taken on, they're all old. I mean, the closest one's 9 years older than me. I had taken on parts of their identity as my own. Well, I started figuring out that I don't like that stuff. I was only, so it's a lot of like, shedding these identities, and I've gone through a lot of humiliation. I mean, that's with a lot of humiliation with a lot of different kinds of cliques of people. And the universe has used me a lot to go into places that most people can't go, as far as in the trenches with, like hard addiction and cliques of people like that, to be a light and to kind of show people like, like this isn't all there is. And then, I'm pulling myself out of it, and I'm getting back to business, and, ending, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it's like,
no, I mean, it's your progress, right? It's your process, what you come up with, that's your process. If they believe you, if they don't, but how hard was it for other people to see that you had these gifts and they were acceptable? They believed you, like, oh, you found my pet, thank you, or, what types of stories do you have like that people have came up to you and said, hey, can you help me, with this?
Well, I think the most important to me, and what was really important in my journey, is that my family saw it. My family saw it first, and they could see it. So with having that, not that I gave a shit in any way, but it's like I had that, yeah, exactly. Like I had that support, and but as a lot of people don't believe me. A lot of people think that I'm crazy, but it's like I have so much proof. Like you just have to get started, because I have so much proof on the internet that I am a psychic. I'm just at the point where it's like nobody can deny me, because they can try, but they're gonna lose, because I just got started, and I started building credibility by working for the psychic hotlines and building up reviews and having an Etsy shop. I started at the bottom. I used to charge $5 for, things, and very cheap, to get practice and to build the confidence in the reviews and the
backing.
Yeah, the credit. Yeah. And it's a process too, because you've got that imposter syndrome. But, I had to go through all that. But even that, it's like after so much proof, the imposter syndrome can't even exist anymore, because it's just pointless.
Yeah, you're like, well, listen, if you don't believe me, well, then you can talk to this person. I found their pet within 5 feet, or you can talk to this person.
I don't even waste my time with that. I don't.
I know.
If somebody has an issue and they are questioning me, I don't even work with people like that anymore, because I don't.
It's not worth it.
No, I don't have anything to prove to anybody.
That's right.
This is who I am. And if they're doubting me, then I'm not their reader. It's just, I'm not for them.
So how does it work from your perspective, your psychic mediumship? Do you go into somebody comes up and they'll give you, hey, I lost my pet, and you go into a quiet room and you meditate, or from your perspective, how does that work?
Okay. So with pets, do you want pets or humans?
Whichever one you want to start with. It don't matter.
Okay, so I started with humans, and with the mediumship, and Humans, okay, the biggest part about mediumship is getting your boundaries, having your boundaries so things aren't talking to you all the time that you don't want talking to you. So there's a whole process that you have to go through with that also, because if you think about it, how are you going to know how to control your boundaries if you weren't first out of control? Yes. So it's like you have to go from the ground up in order to be able to control those things.
Okay.
And then there's other things that can help. Like I have my main mentor is Sarah. She's Sarah Eagle Woman. She's a Native American Navajo shaman. She's out of LA. She's absolutely amazing. She has helped me unknowingly. She doesn't know that she's helped me with these things. Okay. But, and then there's like, she helped because I had so many dead friends and things like that were sticking in my energy and things that would make things very loud. So I contact people by name, and then if they show up and I'm able to connect to their energy, which 99% of the time that's how it is, but it does happen that I'm not able to get the person. It's probably me, not them, and
also, you don't know all the circumstances. Let's say,
but
I go to you and, I just, did something very cruel and my son passed away. And I'm like, I did something cruel to my son or something. And I come up to you and I'm like, hey, connect to this person. That would not work. Oh, they're not coming.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't.
It's a negative kind of force. It's not a positive. It'd be a negative. You know what I mean? Because magnets don't attract each other. If there's a positive force and a negative, if they're the positive and whoever is saying connect to them is the negative, they won't come. But I'm not saying it's always like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know, because I've never, it's like some people I know I'm not supposed to read for. Some people, it's like some things, people contact me and I won't answer the phone or I won't take their reading because it's like I can feel it beforehand. If I don't feel like doing it, something's right. And or people who will want me to eavesdrop on other people's energy. I don't do that shit either. Like it's there's like a code to it.
Yes.
It's like a natural integral code that I'm not spying on unknown people. It's like you just don't do that stuff, or you don't do cord cuttings for third party. Like you only have control over your own energy. Don't come to a psychic asking them to do spell work on other. That is just like stuff I just don't get into. So the animals, okay. Yeah. Reiki is very effective for animals, and
really.
Oh yes, Reiki. Yes, animals are very susceptible to Reiki. My mother, all the women on my mom's side of the family we're all Reiki practitioners. My mother is a level 2. Well, she started doing Reiki on her horses, and this cat that she had that had feline leukemia that was supposed to die in like a month, and it lived for years, and her horses are living until they're 35.
Oh,
like
wow.
Insanely amounts of time. So my mom, she was about to lose a horse, and she was having me talk to her horse and find out what was going on. Her name was Honey. And so I'm talking to Honey, and I'm not doing this while I'm driving. I'm just like, Honey, because this is a pro tip.
Yeah.
Intuition is going to translate into the way that you are going to understand it most. So for me, I hear animals in English. I hear them in English. Even if they were a Portuguese speaking horse, it's going to translate into English. So I hear it and understand it. So that is like that. Having that trust is going to take everybody or anyone so far. Just knowing that intuition translates the way that you are going to understand it most. No ifs and buts about it. That's the way that it is, period. And so I was talking to Honey, and Honey was talking about the donkey, how she liked the donkey at this new farm rather than Pedro, the old donkey. And I told my mom that. Well, she forgot to tell me. She's like, oh, Lindsay, she's like, I forgot to tell you. This is like weeks later. She's like, I forgot to tell you that I was just talking to Honey about the donkey at the new farm, like right before she asked me to talk to her. And so I was like, why didn't you tell me that? Because it's like, I need that validation. I needed that validation. I needed that proof. Yep. So I knew I wasn't going crazy.
Proof for yourself.
Making this shit up.
Yep. Okay.
So I started working with animals, and then I started to, it's just, I don't even really know how it happened. This website called Petworks, somebody emailed me. I don't even know where the email came from. And I got on there and started offering services, and it just grew from there. It took off. It changed my life. Wow. And then I started finding these animals, and that is just, there's nothing more satisfying than that. There just isn't. It's like, it is so beautiful when it happens. just like the mediumship experiences, being able to help people with that closure and to, give them that proof that their loved one isn't gone. It never gets old. And I'm always so ecstatic. I get high off of it. I love it. It's like, it's nothing beats it. I get energy. I mean, I'm energized, and
so with your gifts, how is it that you do receive information? Because, different mediums do different things. You do visual, sounds, feelings, or, something else. Mine is actually feelings. That's what I feel. When I was camping with a friend of mine, and these geese, or swans actually, were out in this lake, would not let us pass for the longest time. There's this little itty bitty path in between. They're stuck there. They won't move.
They're mean too.
And I'm like, what is going on? And all I felt was this fear, not fear of us, but fear of something else. And I was like, what is going on here? So I went around the corner and I looked down. There's one of the baby geese, one of the swans or whatever, has a fishing line tied around one of its wings.
Aww.
And I started, I got down real low and I started walking, over real slow. They let me take it off and back up.
Nice.
That's how I know that I have the feeling part of psychic ability. Now, the rest of it, here and there, but not so much. Mine's more feeling. Now, what normally is yours?
So clairaudience is my main strongest ability, but I'd say I'm at this point I'm also one of those people who doesn't like to label things, because I feel like I don't even know what all the clairs are. I don't know.
You could be the mixture of all of them. It's like, what are you most prevalent for?
So I use mostly clairaudience, and I'm an intuitive empath. So I'm able to slip into someone else's energy and feel how they are feeling emotionally. And then I'm also telepathic. So that's where the clairaudience comes in. I'm able to telepathically communicate with people as well as read minds. And then my remote viewing, which, this also came online when I was 20 or 21 is when I first started to notice I was seeing pictures over things. And I was like, what is going on? Like I was drinking a lot at the time, and I was seeing I was flying over a forest or something. It was like,
wow.
And so
body experience.
Oh, but I was awake. So that is another thing. So I travel between realms. It's like I am a bridge between the living here and everything else. So I'm able to be here and there at the same time. And I'm not.
Well, that's because you built up your barriers around you. At first, like you said, you work from the bottom, you build up your barriers, and your barriers are so strong now you can be in two places at once.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's incredible. So have you had any experiences that changed the way that you understand your own abilities?
Oh gosh. Yes, all the time.
I'll bet you love a challenge. So anything that comes at you, you're like, I'm trying it.
Yes. Oh gosh, there's so much. I mean, what's coming to mind is the astral traveling stuff when that popped off. I mean, when I had my psychic awakening, it was brutal. I mean, I had an attachment. I had a reptilian attachment for a very long time, and I'm an Incan. For my first time on this planet or something like that, I'm connected to the Incan shamans, very spiritual.
Past life.
Yes. But so much to where I was given a mask through a friend that was made by an Incan shaman from Costa Rica to repel this reptilian that was finally detached from my body. And there's so much. I mean,
well, no, it makes sense though. All right. Because I have heard different stories that the reptilians, now some of them, not saying all, it's just like us. We're a species of humans. Some of us are good. Some of us are bad. That's not to say that all reptilians are bad. Not all are good. But the ones that are bad, the ones that I've heard, they attach because they like to feed on that. Then you can't grow. So probably once that attachment was gone, you were like,
yep, exactly. It was within a year of when
Oh,
that
wow.
attachment was gone. I knew I was okay. It was like the attach. I'm glad that you said that, because that, and I didn't even think about that, because a healer showed up out of nowhere who was like from Australia, and I'm living in Austin, Texas. Like 2 healers showed up out of the woodwork, removed this thing. Then another one of my clients was in Costa Rica hanging out with the Incan shamans, and he knew that, I had a connection with the Incan shamans, and he knew that about the detachment. And the Incan shamans, the way they presented it to him was that you have a friend that needs help with repelling reptilian vibration and lower vibrational beings. Give her this, or give them this.
Yes.
He knew who it was supposed to go to. So he gets back from Costa Rica, gives me this mask. This mask starts rearranging my life. It was, and in addiction, everybody has something attached to them. And that mask, it aggravated the things in people. And so it was crazy. And part of the lesson was with the mask is that I was supposed to let it go. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, right before I went into treatment, pregnant, getting off of everything, is when I let go of that mask. And the mediumship stuff, I think I started to pop off a little bit before all of that. It was all around the same time.
It's probably like a trickle. Like you started having an ability, and then something out there was like, oh, we can't let her have this ability right now. Let's attach and just, we can just, they suck the energy, the good vibes, the good vibrational energy from you, so you can't build it up. When they're gone, it's like,
I thought it was gone, to be honest with you. I thought I had gotten rid of it, because it when it attached, it tried to get me to kill myself. It was what it was doing. And I didn't want to kill myself, but I was going to do it. And that started my my relationship with Source, because I was literally getting up to go kill myself. This is heavy. This is so heavy, but this is how it went. I mean, it's scary shit. And another voice, it was an angelic voice, was like, no, she's not ready yet. I heard that. And that was all I needed to hear. That was all the power that I needed. And I figured out how to get control over my mind, because I was at a very low point. I was heartbroken. I was addicted to drugs. I was all of these things, because you have to be at a very low point for them to even connect to you, these reptilian things. And once that angelic voice took over, that's all I needed. I was able to get control over my mind and get out of it. So I thought it was gone. But then, how I found out that it was still there was a whole other crazy experience involving my mom and my sister and, all this crazy stuff. But as soon as it was brought back into my awareness, though, the universe sent people to help me get rid of it. And then things,
That is usually what happens too, is it's not, now, I don't talk a lot about religion on the podcast, but I always say one thing, that people that believe in God, I don't actually believe in one God, but I believe like there is gods. Like you think, okay, Christians, they worship God. Okay. Then you've got the extraterrestrials out there that say, well, we don't know this God, but we worship this God who's higher than us. And that God worships another God higher than them. And that, it keeps going. It's not a God per se. It's a intelligence. It's a mass intelligence. Mm-hmm. That's what I think it is. And then it extends down to us. Mm-hmm. And that would make sense when ideas. What is an idea? It's an intuition. You get a thought in your brain. You pulled it from somewhere.
It's given to you.
Yes. From the collection of thoughts and energy. And it might not even be all of your thought. You might be thinking, hey, I need to invent something to change this, but I really don't know how to do it. You could sit there and meditate and pull fragments that you need out of the air. Mm-hmm. And that's what you're doing too with, you can intuitively guide your mind where it needs to go.
Right. Well, I'm given the information. So it's like, it's not created by me. I have mastered putting my inner being. You got to get your mind in check, period. You have to get your ego in check. If you don't have control over your mind, because you are not your mind, and psychic awareness comes from beyond the mind. Your mind is a computer. Your mind is a computer that is there to help you compute shit. You and your awareness, your spirit and your soul is your essence. It's the main source. And then I've just gotten good at relaxing into the silence. So the information can, when I request it, I'm in observation mode because it's very quick moving information also. So it's getting used to the quick and moving information, being able to catch it and then get it out of your mouth. So
Okay.
It's not created, it's observed and then translated.
Okay. So when you're in that state, how do you protect your energy and actually set boundaries when you work with people? Like, how do you start that process of actually protecting yourself first?
Okay, so Reiki is at the basis of everything that I do, and it's Yusui Reiki, which is the old school Reiki, which all of the other Reikis are kind of based off of. Okay. And I work directly with a master teacher to learn. I know I see all these people with these self-attunements and things like that, and it scares the crap out of me because people are attuning themselves to darker things and mistaking it for Reiki when it's not Reiki, and it's scary to me. Yeah. It's very scary. I'm like, what do you mean you're self-attuning? Like that, it doesn't work that way. You have to work with a master teacher, and it has to be passed to you. Unity, unify. It's like we need each other to do these things. It's not something that you do on your own.
It's like a magnet. You've got negative and positive on the magnet, and you need two sides to work on in one direction and one. Give it symbolism as per se. You need two to become one.
Yeah, exactly. So Reiki is the basis of everything that I do. And lately, I'd say about a year now, I have been working with the Ascended Masters. I've been working, have you heard of the book, The Sophia Code?
Yes.
Okay, so I have been working with White Buffalo Woman, Isis, Hathor, Green Terra. Green Terra actually attuned me to a new level of Reiki not too long ago. I mean, literally, I plan on doing the 21 days of Terra, plus my middle name's Terra, which is it's like crazy. And so I've been doing the Om Tare, Tutare, Tore, Soha, the chanting and stuff, and the meditation and things. And I was going to do only 21 days, but it ended up being way longer. And so when I sat down to do the chanting one night, she was there and she was directing me. And when I was done, I stood up. And of course, I'm seeing all of this spiritually around me while I'm in like moving meditation. Nobody's with, in physical reality with me. And when she stood me up, she wrote these symbols in my palms. And I was like, oh my God. So when it was done, like I was actually in a ceremony with all of my ancestors and everything around me. I was graduating. Like I had completed an initiation. And so I started doing research. I'm like, what is this symbol? I'm looking at ancient Tibet. I'm looking at ancient Greece. Here, it's a Yusui Reiki symbol that I didn't know about.
Wow.
And it's for it's for the protection. It establishes, this is so crazy. The symbol establishes in a relationship for the protection of the family, for the healing of the family. It's like the symbol, she established this relationship with me, attuned my hands to use it, and then like cleared my lineage and cleared my bloodline and then gave me the power to do so. I channel it now. I channel it every day. And
so it's just like a bubble around, so it's almost like a bubble of energy around you when you're somewhere else.
What are you talking about? Oh, so okay. So whenever I'm going to begin working, I do this a bunch of times a day whenever I want. So really, I mean, it can be as complicated as picturing roots going down to the soul of Gaia, down to the core of the earth and pulling it up into my body. And then from the universe above, pulling the white light down through my crown chakra and then letting the white light energy filling up my body until it's absolutely full and it sprouts off the top and it starts to fill my body around. So I'm in this egg of white light.
Yeah.
That is what I do. It's like I channel it. It's one of the first things I do when I wake up, like within the first hour most days, or if I'm going to be, consciously beginning to work, when I'm going to do a session with animals, or I'm sitting down to do a location report to where I'm going to, work on locating somebody's animal. I'm doing that. Reiki is the basis of everything that I do.
Okay.
Because it is the protection. It is once you're a master level, Reiki lives within you. You are the Reiki. It doesn't have to be channeled. It's literally flowing in and out of my body at all times. So it's just there. Like I am it.
It's an energetic force field.
Yes.
Kind of. Or a propeller.
It's force field. I would say would be accurate. It's are you familiar with Reiki?
I am. Before I left the military, I retired. They had us go through a 2-week course like before we got out because we had serious PTSD. And we went through the whole course, the Reiki, the what was it with the needles in the skin?
Acupuncture.
We went through acupuncture, the single therapy, to group therapy, to then we even went on Indian grounds and did trips and stuff like that, and it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it taught me a lot, and that's when I started. Like after that, I got into MUFON and then started seeing just all this weird stuff. And I was like, this cannot be just run of the mill stuff everybody sees every day.
Mm-hmm.
I started digging more into it, and then, made the podcast and started connecting with people, because the more connections we have, the more information we have.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can tell you you're wrong. Oh no, I heard right here. Lindsay Latham. She said, Latham. My gosh, I'm gonna get it. Lindsay Latham. There we go. Talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
She's had this experience. She has these intuitive guides that can help you. And what is your process for, like, if someone comes to you and it's like, okay, say I come to you, my dog is ripping apart my cushions every time, I'm leaving, and I want you to communicate with my animal. How would you go about doing that?
Okay, so we would set up a session, and it would be a virtual session, and I do 30-minute sessions or half an hour sessions. And so before the session, I would ask for a photo of the animal for connection purposes, because I connect via Reiki. Because once you're a level 2 in Reiki, you have the long distance symbol. And this stuff has evolved, but this is my roots. So it's where I came from. So once with that long distance symbol, and when I say symbols, when you go through the process with a master teacher, you're getting these symbols ingrained into your body, into your chakra system, and into your hands. And so I can heal over long distances. So it transcends time and space, this symbol. I don't need to be in a room with anyone. I can heal I can heal from anywhere. So I do the connection process before the session. So I have connection with the animal. And then I get on a virtual meeting like we're doing right here. And then I start to do an energetic assessment of the animal. So, and I just ask the animal, why are you tearing up the cushions? What is going on? And then what information I'm given is what information comes out of my mouth. So, and then I also do an energetic scan of the animal to see if there's anything else going on or what comes up as I'm scanning energetically, because I'm an energy reader also. So I'm able to look at a body or look at an animal, and it's almost like having a bunch of different lenses that I can put on at the same time and see. So an energy always looks different also. So I may see a blockage in the throat, or I may start coughing. And so I know that there's something going on with the throat. It's like literally I use my whole body, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, as a map as to what I am intending to do. So my body becomes a map of who and what I am assessing and what I'm working on.
Okay. I'm getting it now, because you're making your body a conduit for energy. Mm-hmm. It's a conduit, and anybody knows the first law of thermodynamics is energy cannot be destroyed. Mm-hmm. So if it can't be destroyed, where does it go? Now we know. It can be connected as well. You connect energies, you can connect to people, you can connect to animals, just like you're doing.
Right. So and I can remove things too. So and I realized this in addiction. I pulled a blockage out of a guy's back one night. It looked like a huge quartz crystal. I pulled this energy blockage out of his back. In my own eyes in physical reality, saw his back align and relax. And I was like, oh my God. And I saw him 3 months later. His back still didn't hurt. And this was an older guy. Like he was, and he had been having back problems forever. So once I knew that, I was like, oh. So then it's like it's all about intuition and creativity and just going with it. So it's like things will show up and I'll pull them. It's like pulling them out. Like I look like I'm crazy, but I don't care, because it's like what I'm doing is helping people and it's working. So who cares how crazy or what people think of me? It's like, I'm done.
Look, all legal practices started out at the trial phase. It didn't just go, here's the aspirin. No, we went to trial phases before we actually went to FDA approval. So it's almost like You went through your trials in the beginning of your life, and now you are psychically approved. Like
By me.
you can tap into your own energies, and that's really fascinating. So it's like, do all animals, like, all right, can you connect to different animals? Like you said, like you can connect to cats, you can connect to dogs. Do they have the same energy, or is it unique to that kind of animal?
They all have different personalities. That's the best way that I can put it. I have connected to, I don't think that there's anything that I can't connect to. If I want to talk to an ant, you can talk to an ant. If I want to talk to a tree, I mean, I'll talk to a table if it'll talk to me back. You know? It's like, I'm not, I do not, I don't think that I know everything, and I know that I know nothing at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's nothing is off the table. I live in the realm of complete possibility. Like everything is possible. And I wouldn't say a different energy, it's personalities. Now I have seen consistencies like with cats. Cats are very psychic. Cats, and this is like a pattern that I've seen with cats of them being psychic. It's phenomenal.
That could be also back to Egyptian time, ancient times, because they worship cats.
It's something. Yeah, I mean, I've heard other theories too. One of my best friends, Heather, she thinks cats are aliens. That's not off the table for me either. I'm like, it makes total sense to me now that she's like,
I wonder how far you could take a lineage back of a cat.
Oh no, I've met a cat who was an Egyptian goddess. She told me, yep, it's a friend's cat. Her name's Nyla. She told me she was a goddess in ancient Egypt, and she taught me about the dark light. She taught me about a healing light. She called it the dark light, and I use it. So think of a black light with a deep, bright light behind it. She said that's how she had just had babies, and she loved my Reiki. She loved getting Reiki from me, and she taught me about the dark light, and she told me that that's how she healed, was through this dark light. It was like a light with a light behind it. So I started using it. That's in my arsenal now. I learned things from every animal, every experience.
Getting taught along the way.
At every moment.
Wow. That is really awesome. It's like, but when animals pass on, everybody wants to know this. I'm sure, my friend in the audience wants to know this right now. And when a pet passes on, Eric's pet, in the audience, he passed on a little bit ago, and he's going through it. And I've told him before, that, to meditate, to center himself, and, go be alone with yourself and try yourself to connect back to your animal. Do pets have an afterlife?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But, is it a dog?
Yes.
A brown dog?
I'm not sure, but I will ask.
I'm seeing a brown colored dog. So yes, they okay. So yes, they have an afterlife. From my understanding, they have an original form, kind of like we have an original form. We have somewhere that we came from down here. I mean, at least I know I do, my origins. Now, I have had the same familiar, which we call our pets sometimes familiars.
Yes.
And I have had the same soul be in 2 different bodies throughout my life. Well, 3 possibly.
Okay.
So, but like my dog Ollie, which I employ him in the spirit realm now, he is originally a dragon. He is.
Oh wow.
He is my dragon. It sounds crazy, but he was in a little Maltese body, and I told him all the time he looked like a dragon. And then he passed on, and then he came to me in my sleep, and he flew right in front of me, and I was like, I thought it was a serpent, but he's this really long white dragon.
Oh, here we go. I want not to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Nobody is Eric. He has the animal that passed away, the dog, and like I said, he's been waiting for this one. He's been waiting for the last 3 weeks that I've told him that you were coming on, because he's been going through it, and his animal passed away not too long ago, and he feels he's lost connection. That's what it is.
Brown dog.
I'll let him speak in the chat then when he wants to about it. But when if you would, Eric, was it a brown dog, tan, brown? Yes.
Okay. So Oh, may I have the pet's name?
1 second. I'll have him type in here when he does. Yeah, he's been going through it. I've been trying to mentor him myself, and I believe he is yeah, there we go. Oh, black and brown. So yeah, you got the brown. Yeah, see, span. Oh, here we go.
Oh, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so. Okay, so. So the dog that I'm seeing has it's like it's almost like I'm seeing like a shaggy kind of hair, black. It's a dark brown hair, and he's saying he sees you there sitting on your couch.
Are you on your couch? Oh God, here we go. Yep, look at that. Confirmation. See, that's what I'm saying. How did you know that he was on his couch?
Because he's talking to me. He literally, you guys have a great relationship. So he is like, he wants you to stop stressing and to get up off of your ass. Excuse me, this is all coming from like on my absolute heart. But you guys have this banter with each other, and he is like, get up, quit worrying about this stuff. Get up. He is meant to. He's there. Okay, don't ever question that. If he is there.
Now you got me going.
He is going to be there with you. And now he's like, tell him this, So he's saying that when you are ready for him to manifest, and nobody knows that we can do this, but we can. When you are ready for him to manifest into another. No, don't be sorry. Oh, when you are ready for him to manifest into another body, you just let him know, and he is ready when you are, and he will manifest into another body and be with you in the physical. He is also saying that there are things for you to learn from his passing, and that would be how quickly are you going to get up and let go and get moving onto your purpose? It's like, he is helping you from the other side right now, get back into your purpose and get good at, letting go of things quickly and knowing that you're taken care of.
That is awesome. And we have other people now that just came on, and we have one DU pre message from her dog, Chloe. Chloe, is that it? Chloe?
Yep, Chloe. CHLOE. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chloe, I'm seeing as there. I'm getting a little confused right here. I'm seeing a smaller dog. Almost, it's not like a. I don't even know. I don't know what kind of dog she is. It's not a wiener dog because she's white and brown and floppy ears, but small. Is that her?
Oh, let's see. DU pre, is that the animal that she is talking about? Chloe?
That's either her or I'm seeing a little white fluffy dog that's probably
white.
Okay. So
yeah, actually you got it.
Balti poo.
Yeah. So you got it. All right.
Oh.
See, confirmation again. Like
yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So she's like a message.
Interference. I wonder if Chico, who at Oso, who Dupree was talking about, I'm wondering if that was who that was that I was seeing also.
Oh, might have been.
Okay, so Chloe, right? CHLOE. CHLOE. Yes, give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with Chloe, I'm seeing the communication audibly I'm having, but she's showing me her walking around your feet as you sit in a almost like kind of like a recliner chair, or it could be like one of those like favorite chairs in a living room. And it's either she used to go around your chair, or she liked to lick your feet. There was something about your feet in her, by your feet, in your chair. The chair looks like it could be a dark green color or a dark blue color.
That is awesome.
Was that what she looked like, Dupree? Was that her?
I know Dupree said small white.
Oh, she's small white.
Yep.
Floppy ears? That's your friend, right, Dupree? Oh, no. That's who I was talking about. I'm sorry, Dupree. See, I'm confused. That was Dupree is talking to the multi-plue is Chloe, correct?
That is, yes, Chloe, yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking because that was your message from her about the chair and the feet. That was from Chloe.
Okay.
The person that we were talking to beforehand said that he had another dog, Chico.
No, it was a bird. Hold on, let me see here.
Okay.
I got it here. Right here.
Oh, it's a bird. Okay, gotcha.
And he wanted to know if actually there was any messages from him either. So we'll have that as the next one, and this one will be the first one for her. Is it just the chair and the licking of the feet?
Yeah, she's just showing me that is how she is proving that she's here.
Okay. Awesome.
Or with you.
That is so cool. So here's message from my bird Chico.
Okay, is there somebody here with a dog?
Anybody else with a dog?
A dog that has a long nose, is small, floppy ears, white with brown and maybe black, like coloring. It's some kind of mixture. It doesn't look like a Chihuahua, but it looks like it could be like a Chiweenie or something like that, maybe. Because I'm seeing one of those
could also be somebody's pet who has also passed on. Right?
Right. It's just, it's somebody, it's a dog that was there that I was seeing along with the white dog. The bird, let me see. Chico. That was my mom's horse's name. The bird. Aww. Chico, Chico. All the colors of the sun. Chico is saying that they have reincarnated as a black bird that hangs outside of your house. They've changed forms into another kind of bird that is around you but lives outside, but is always there.
All right, let's see here. Mr. Nobody said he does have. That's my friend Eric. He does have.
Oh yeah.
And
okay, so it's a lie.
Now let's not confuse them. So we'll stay on track. We got the bird, and hangs outside my window home in Taiwan. Does his bird like hang out there? Like the
Chico says that he has reincarnated into another bird body that is black, and says that it hangs around, outside. I have no idea about the animal life in Taiwan.
Okay, so it's just like you got that animal is now reincarnated, and
that is now what it told me.
Yes, that is awesome. That is really awesome. Yeah, look,
it's awesome if he notices a black bird around.
Yep, sounds like it.
Wait, it sounds like a myna bird. Okay, so I don't know what that is. So in my
Taiwan, I'm not a bird person either.
Japan, is Taiwan in Japan or Vietnam? Where's Taiwan?
Oh boy, somebody do a fact check on me too, because I'm gonna geek out here.
Taiwan, I think it's either Vietnam,
I think
Japan, or Thailand.
It's Thailand.
It's
gotta be Thailand.
One of those.
Thailand, Taiwan.
Here we have crows. We have black crows, or we have ravens. We have black crows and ravens. But yeah, it's a black bird.
Oh my gosh! You know what? John, go ahead. You can slaughter me for this. Go ahead. I forgot. Okay. Taiwan is its own independent nation.
Oh,
I forgot about that. Taiwan's an island right off the coast of China. And I'm like, I blanked on that. I'm so sorry.
That's right. Because okay. So yeah, it's like in between Japan and China or something.
Yeah. It's off the coast. It's its own island. Yep. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, John, so that's what's going on with yours. And getting back to, now we will go back. He does have 2 other dogs.
Okay.
So what you were saying was the one probably that was just around was one of them.
Yeah, so your Chihuahua is showing up in the spirit. You didn't interrupt. Don't.
You're not interrupting. Nobody is. I'm the one controlling the chat.
I always feel like I'm interrupting people. Always. I do.
So if there is anybody out there that would like any other, along the way, I will tag your questions and we'll answer them along the way. So now we found out that, I know, John. I know. Don't worry about that. I know. Hyperdimensional computing. I know. Yeah, John Helos. He's a really, really fun guest I had on here a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And he's more into hyperdimensional computing and the blow your brain up scientific stuff.
Rad.
Yeah, he blew it up. He blew the podcast up. But pets have an afterlife.
Yeah.
They go on. They go on and they reincarnate. They come back to us.
Yeah.
Now that we've figured that out, how does Reiki healing work, and how does that help people and animals?
Okay, so Reiki, Yusui Reiki, is only capable of healing, and it works on the four energy bodies: mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. Everything fits into mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. And Reiki is universal, means universal life force energy. It is not capable of doing anything but healing. And it doesn't matter. It isn't capable. Even if I was doing Reiki on someone and I was having negative thinking, that doesn't matter, because the Reiki practitioner is a channel for the energy to move through. It's not actually me doing the healing. It is a passive. I can turn it into an active thing, but my body is used as a channel for it to move through. Okay. So it's not capable of harming. It takes the doubt off of, out of it, period, because it's not capable of harming anyone or anything. It's only capable of healing, and it goes where it needs to go, where it's needed.
Okay.
So you can.
It's almost like a broken circuit. You have a broken circuit in your body, and you are helping reconnect the energy flow.
Absolutely. It's like having little tiny, in like the movie Willow, the brownies, the little guy, the little,
yes.
Yeah, like the little, it's like having these tiny little construction workers like in your body, like fixing mental, emotional, spiritual, physical energy. Everything is energy. It heals everything. You can do Reiki on your car. You can do Reiki on your water. Literally you can use Reiki to heal anything that you want. And it's, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it at first either when I was young, until my sister did it on my knee one time. And I woke up the next day and it was 90% better. Now, and then it was like, oh my God, what is that? And then it was a couple of years later that I started getting my attunements to become a practitioner. So, but it won't work if you don't believe in it either. So if you're sitting there like, I don't believe in this, I don't believe it, then it's not going to work. Like, you have to let it, you have to accept it and let it work for you.
Okay. So what's the most powerful or surprising healing experience that you witnessed? I know it's probably the, guy with the back, or, seeing what was coming out, that energy, that bad, negative stuff. But is there anything even worse than that you've had to help somebody through?
Let me sit for a second. Let me ask, see what comes up.
To
be honest with you, the main thing is me. If you would have known me before and to who I am today, in the miraculous change of who I was prior to who I am now, it's like, I've been able to heal myself. I've healed my knees through Reiki. When I was 21, I could it would pop out of place when I was walking. And I can pick it up and twist it and pop it back into place. Like, I've healed my knees with Reiki, and a lot of things. Actually recently we got a puppy, and I had to let her go because I have a 5-year-old, and he was not ready for the puppy, and he threw the puppy off the couch, and it was a multi-poo. It's a multi-poo mom. So she was a runt too. She probably weighed 3 pounds. One of her legs was like crooked from her being thrown off the couch. And I went and I grabbed her and I told her, I was like, stretch out your arm. And she got on the floor and she stretched her arm out. She did what I asked her to do. And then I did Reiki on her I did Reiki on her a lot for a couple days. And within a week, she's up running. She's up running around and she's great. And
that is awesome.
There's a lot of things. I mean, my mom, I'm able to help people like in the moment remove pain, and it sometimes doesn't last forever. Like my mom has a lot of pain, but I can work on her for 10 minutes and she's good for 2 days. And there's a lot. But the whole pulling, I've made people puke a couple times.
What?
Yeah.
It was that bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it has.
I mean, not that their energies were that bad. Wow.
Yeah, like it has to come out. It has to come out. And one of them was a friend, and I was doing long distance, and he's not with us anymore. He ended up passing away, but he threw up while he was on the phone with me, and the other guy was literally sitting next to me. I was doing Reiki, and he got up and had to go into the bathroom and was dry heaving. And I'll never forget. He looked up at me and he was like, what? He was scared to death.
What did you just do?
I was like, it must have had to come out. I was like, it's not anything bad. I'm not like hurting you. Like if it was making you puke, then obviously.
But then after he was done, he probably felt relieved. Yeah,
I don't remember, but I remember how he looked at me and he was scared to death.
Oh my God. Too much energy work.
Yeah, that was his intro to Reiki.
You flushed his toilet the wrong direction.
Yeah, I didn't see him much after that. I know that much.
Oh boy. So,
I freak people out. I don't care.
Well, it works though. That's the thing. That's what freaked him out was you didn't have to touch him or anything. You just did the Reiki on him and it was like, and it did it on its own. It was like, it's not you, it's his energy. Mm-hmm. His energy was off, you're trying to reset it.
Yeah.
But like, how can people develop their ability to work and sense energy? Like,
I mean, my answer to that is Reiki. Find a Reiki master teacher and work with, and it's a lot of self-study. So when I say work with a master teacher, that is, you have to go through the attunement process with a master teacher. And that is going through the ceremony to get the symbols ingrained into your hands and into your auric field. And there's symbols that get ingrained into your energy field, into your body. Mm-hmm. And then you learn the basics, and then it's literally a day class for each level. And then most of it is self-study. It's, you just have to start working on yourself. And I say Reiki because Reiki helps you get acclimated with the energy, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. And it is a natural progression, is psychic development while you're going through your Reiki journey. Plus, it transforms you into a better person, because there's principles that come with Reiki, and it is a natural progression. Is the principles become ingrained into your energy field? It's like you are the light, and it gets ingrained in you, and there's no turning back. I couldn't turn back if I wanted to. There's no way.
Yeah, exactly. The feeling is so much different. It's so much more livelier. Like that's the way I feel. When it got turned on, it was like a giant spotlight going off saying, wow, I'm doing it. Like I can see it. I can feel it. I can, I can hear it. I can talk to it, now there's altered states of consciousness. People do ayahuasca. They do all this other stuff, and they'll do all this other, I myself went on my own journey through Native American. I was in a sweat lodge, and we did the peyote that was, given to us by the elders.
How was that?
That was a trip. That was where I actually met my spirit guide and started my journey.
Nice.
Long time ago. I've been doing this for about 25 years. I'm 40 now, so 15, 16 is when I had my experience.
That's when you did the peyote. It was when you were 15 or 16?
I was invited, special guest. My dad was with the tribe, and he had gotten a peace pipe from the elder, and he wanted to get the elder to bless it. And we walked up there, and the elder pulled me off to the side and said, you need to come with me. And my dad was like, whoa, what are you doing? He's like, no, it's okay. I see something in him. And I said, oh, And he said, will you allow this to happen? And I had to sign a lot of things and everything else. My dad signed it and I went through it.
Nice.
Met my spirit guide, and that started my journey. Now, I know it can start the journey, but it doesn't have to continue to be the journey. Like, you might have to be in that altered state of consciousness at that time to start it, but you don't have to continuously be in that altered state, taking that to do that. You can do meditation after that, and it unlocks it just as well. So how does meditation play a role? Is that more of a role than an altered state, or is it it's a better version of it?
So meditation I started doing L when I was 13, and
Okay.
I've and at one point I remember understanding everything. I understood everything, the whole universe, everything clicked, and I was way up there, and then what goes up must come down. And it was like, I know now that once somebody hits that high of a consciousness, especially so young, that we have certain seals or switches that have been put in our auric fields that, well, when you go up that high and that much so early, then it's like it triggers something to knock you back down pretty much.
Yes.
Because a whole hell broke loose after that. And drugs are a big part of my story. They are. They have been up until I don't use any drugs now.
Yeah.
But it's like they have their place. They're there for a reason. You don't, because I've questioned that. I've questioned it, and I've questioned it. Maybe I need my ADD medication to be able to really tap in and to be able to hear things. But then spirit will show me, no, you don't. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's just your mind wanting to, go back to where you don't need to be going. Because I recently just gave up ADD medication, I did the damn thing. I was just like, this is not helping me. It wasn't enough because my tolerance, and it was just having me on this loop of wanting other things. And addiction is a bitch, but it can be overcome for sure. But the drugs have their place. They have their place. And if that's something that somebody's struggling with, it's okay. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, as long as you are getting out of the way and you're letting the universe do what it needs to do to help you. And the goal is always to get out of it, because you don't need it. You don't need it. I'm not in an altered state. I'm literally, even when I'm on drugs, I don't even consider me being in an altered state, because it's like, I'm literally the same.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people I'm not. But it's like, I feel the same connection that no matter what I'm in. And
the good thing is, though, that you grew out of that needing to feel that way. You grew in your connection with meditation and with your spiritual side, and now it's like you can, that opened it up, and now you have so much more that you can give.
Yeah, I don't even know if drugs really opened it up. It's like definitely the L. When I do things today, like,
yes,
if I choose to go out and do that, it is for a specific reason. I use things now to jump levels in consciousness. And to learn things, to process things. I don't let them use me. There's a difference. Like I went through a lot to where with heroin, it's like you're physically addicted to that shit. It's like it's a whole other ball game. It's like you're dealing with a physical sickness. And I was just trying to not be sick and to feel okay and not sick. Now, and I don't know. Drugs are I didn't. I was never okay with being on drugs and being in the healing arts. Like, I knew that was a means to an end. It's like, I have to get off the drugs. It was just, it comes to a point when you're that far in, when you're 20 years in, that you're battling this shit. It's like, it has to run its course. It's a spiritual life lesson that you've got to get through. But in order to get through it, you have to submit to it. So it's like, you have to submit to the life lesson, and then let the universe assist you in learning the lesson. And so, but I don't subscribe to the whole like beating myself up or shaming myself because I was on drugs for so long. Well, it's like, no.
Well, like some people do, like I've heard of like the DMX realms or the DM realms,
I've never done DMT before.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and I've never done that either. The only thing I ever did was the peyote, and that was, in supervision. Nothing else. It was like, but people do that. They do the DMT and they go into those realms, and they're like mapping the DMT realm, or I hear that all the time, and I'm like, or they do ketamine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've heard of that.
That can help you jump some levels of consciousness really quick, and it can help.
Yes,
you
but is it worth it? I mean, should you jump those levels, or should you naturally grow to get them?
I mean, that depends on how you like to party. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
It's like party, like how you like to live. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I've used if it's coming into your life, then it's coming into your life for a reason. And ketamine is one of those things that can really help you. I've used it to help me get off heroin before. Like, I
actually wanted to try it for once I was looking into it. I'm gonna try it for my PTSD. And see if it does anything for it, because right now I don't like taking medication. They're like, oh, the VA's like, oh, take this medication for PTSD, take this to go to sleep at night, take this I'm like, no, like all that is doing is messing me up here. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't need all that. But I'm on the fence about trying it. It's like,
I would do it. I suggest doing it. It's helped me.
Or do it just to try it, just to see if it'll help, but now with your experience, what do you believe happens after death?
What do I believe?
Yes. The soul lives on, and
yeah, I believe. I know that I chose to come here. I know that I chose to come in here to help people wake up and to help them, ascend back into their power. Mm-hmm. Back into their core operating system, which I know to be intuition, telepathic, psychic badasses that we all are. They've just, that's what this world is. We are ascending back into our power. That is what all these obstacles are, all the manipulation. How else would you get back to it? What else would we be doing here? It's like, that's what we're doing here. That's what life is. Otherwise, life wouldn't be. So, and when I leave this body, I go back to where I came from. Sure. So I'll be waking up somewhere else, is what I believe.
Okay. And now, have you ever encountered interdimensional or extraterrestrial consciousnesses? Because there's a lot of beings out there. I understand that myself. I've seen some pretty dark ones that did not want me in that area whatsoever. But I've also met some ones that have personally healed me, and I could never give them anything back. That I don't know. I'm just like, but have you ever encountered that interdimensional consciousnesses from another dimension that are like, this is happening?
Well, I don't know what it is about me. I don't want to know, like, I don't want to know, like, the future. That kind of stuff is not of my concern. Like, I can see where everything's going, and I'm just, I don't ever inquire about death or anything like that, because it's like, why? Like, it's just more stress. So the Octurians are I'm deeply connected to the Octurians, and I've had experiences with them, but that's family. So that's like, that's like where I go back to, and they've, come to me and have put armor, like golden armor on me before, which is pretty wild. But then I also had something in my house not too long ago. And it was a darker, energy, and it was, a male energy, but it was definitely it wasn't a demonic spirit, and it wasn't an angel or anything like that. It was an alien.
It was something else, yeah.
And then, I've had something in the sky following me around for 15 years. So there, I have experiences with alien, that stuff all the time. It's like, I am an alien. I consider myself an alien, really.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
in a way. I mean, you take science, for example. Science says that our evolution could not have happened naturally. That is a scientific fact, because they said that if you go down and you look at the chromosomes, and people can look at this, look at chromosome 2. Chromosome 2 in the human body is fused, meaning that it was 2 chromosomes at once, and someone came into our DNA and went and put them together.
Yeah,
It was done scientifically.
absolutely.
So we already have the proof that our DNA was messed with back in the day to speed up our evolution. These monkeys are learning too slow. We need them to pick up the pace. That's pretty much what I get from it. And
yeah, well, why not? I mean, it's because we wanted to be able to come down here and learn. So it's like, okay, let's do this so we can, get this party started. Let's go.
It was a jump start, pretty much. It's like they're learning too slow. We need them to learn quicker. Like, if they learn at this level, they're not going to make it. We need to do this, and then they'll grow more spiritually along the way. That's kind of what I'm getting at. And then, have you ever received any messages or guidance that challenged your own belief of reality?
Messages or guidance that challenge my own belief of reality.
A lot of people out there. Simulation theory.
All the time. A big one for me that's sticking out is reincarnation, and how everybody thinks of reincarnation as one soul going into the next body, and it's the same soul going into another body, but it doesn't work that way. Now that I have a kid, because I can see the soul in my child is a mixture of a whole bunch of other souls that I know and that have passed on. And so it's like this collective, it's like we're all the same thing. We're all the same thing. And when we go into another body, it's just another mixture of all of the same thing. It's not this man-made linear timeline which is man-made. It's like not the way that it really is. It's only here that time frame shit exists.
Yep.
And it's really a box that people live in. It's so limiting. It's way beyond that.
We limit ourselves in this body because we think that what we think right there. Yeah, as soon as you say you think something, it's you're putting a label on it.
Yep.
It's not that. It's that you just do it. Just like John says here, we're all aliens. We just volunteered to come here in a human body and have this experience.
Yeah.
I believe that's true. I believe that the human soul is an engineered experience.
Yep.
And for that soul to evolve, we come back again and again and again until we evolve to where we need to be. And then once we pass, we ascend.
Right. And then we can go somewhere else.
Yes.
There's no limit, and there's nothing to be afraid of. But really, there's nothing to be afraid of. We've all been every kind of identity in the book. We've all been the good, the bad, the ugly. It's like, have fun,
Yes.
And I know, and I'm a very serious person too, and I do take a lot of things seriously, but I'm growing out of that because I'm realizing that it's just, there's nothing to be afraid of. There really isn't. And I feel so taken care of by the universe that it's like, I'm not scared. The only thing I get scared about is having a kid and everything that comes along with that. That's very scary. But
and
its own protection system, and that's hard to come to terms with. But
and then we got John here. Here's our scientist.
Oh yeah.
Junk DNA is comprised of 95% of your DNA package. It is a deactivated and compressed form of DNA that is now unraveling. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. That means that, there we go, John. Yep. So we're experiencing our hidden abilities. That's what it is. The junk DNA that is in there, it's like, you ever put a fly trap out and you hang it from the ceiling and it's always bundled up like this, in the beginning, but you give it a couple weeks and that bundle starts to stretch down and it goes down naturally. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. But and there's also a lot that plays into that though. Like, I used to not want children. I was like, I'm never having kids.
Okay.
But then I realized in order to change and in order to help in the ascension of, because I'm very tribal, collectively minded, I had to have a child, which now I look back on it, I'm like, oh my God, it's so hard. It's so hard. But it's like, I had him because I needed to have him because he's the revolution. Our children are the revolution. They are what pushes on, the deconditioning and the, the awakening. They further the awakening. But now on the scientific, and that's like that makes total sense. The like behind the scenes stuff. It's all enmeshed together. It's not just one thing. It's a lot of things.
And it's just now starting to like, now that we are mentally prepared to take this leap as a species, or certain people in the species, it's like that we are like I said, we are just unraveling that tangled string of DNA into a fine line of uniformity. And John here, John's the expert of the science aspect of it, but when it comes to past lives, have you ever connected with someone's past life, like energy? Like say someone's come up to you and say, I've been having this problem. Do you ever connect with that person's past life and say, okay, there's your problem. It happened back then. This was the experience you had back then. This is how you can outgrow it now.
So not per, every once in a while I will feel like if somebody's contacting me as far as like a love thing, because I do a lot of relationship type readings.
Okay.
On Keen, that's what people, contact me a lot about. I can tell if it's a past life connection, that kind of thing. Certain fears that people will have, I will see how there's a line back to a past life.
Okay.
But no, I haven't done much work in the Akashic records. That isn't something that I've delved into yet.
Okay.
But I mean, when it comes up authentically, it will come up, but it isn't something that I go out looking for.
Okay. Yep. And that, listen, and everybody here knows the Akashic records. We can do a whole nother podcast on that.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Because that's again where I am theorizing, because you have to theorize first, that everybody that has an idea or a thought that, oh, you're looking at this and you're like, I can solve it, and then you're just like, there it is, I can solve it with this. Mm-hmm. That you got from the Akashic record.
Oh, you know what? This brings something up. Like, I've had experiences with Elle where I have accessed, I love to dance. And yes. I've had like a major experience with Elle. This is probably like 7, 8 years ago, to where I had access to all of these different forms of dance that I had never accessed here in this lifetime. And I was able to dance them while I was having this experience.
Wow.
So things like that are really cool. Or when, we're really, really good at something right off the bat. It's like, I expect myself to be really good at everything immediately. So it's like, when I'm not, I get super frustrated. Well, why is that? It's because where I'm from, I already know these things, where I came from, I've already had these things mastered. Or like when I get frustrated because I have to move furniture or something, well, that's because where I come from, I can literally manifest things in a second and move shit. You know what I mean? It's like, being in these human bodies is very, it's limiting. It's hard. It's like, it's very different from where I come from. I know that very much. And I know it in my heart because of how difficult, I mean, life be lifing. That's all I have to say. It's like, it's
exactly. I mean, it's a whole new world though.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world because of, it used to be, I've heard this term a lot. I'm just going to use it. Woo. I don't know where the term came from, but I'm going to use it. Woo. Like woo-woo science, like not so great science. It's just, it's there. We know it's there. We just have no proof of it. Mm-hmm. But it is there because it's not woo-woo, because it happens. It's been studied. Look at the U.S. government with Project Stargate. Look at the U.S. government with Montauk, with MK Ultra. They were accessing parts of a child's brain that should never have been touched at that time. And they manipulate. And that's where this comes into play. We educate people the right way on how to use their gifts the right way, how to use them in a proper way. Because you said there is a wrong way to use your gifts.
Oh yeah.
You can use them totally wrong.
People do it too. I'm flabbergasted by how they survive. I don't know. Those people probably don't live very long.
But it's common knowledge now though. It's like psionics is a term. If we would have said that 10 years ago, they would have put me and you in the mental ward. We can psychically connect with our animal. Oh, can you now?
Yeah, right. That's why, you should hear me when I, oh man. ended up in the psych ward to get sober. I had to go through that avenue. And usually, I mean, I kept it to myself that I was a psychic until my one sister who we don't talk called the psych ward saying that I called my stepmother threatening her. And it just like a whole, but really I was calling my stepmom because there's something in that fucking house. And I could feel telepathically and empathically, my dad had just died. I could feel that she was suicidal. So I had called and left a message like, Mom, warning her. I'm like, there is something in that house. Like, you need to get out of that house. Of course, everything got misconstrued, and now my one sister's calling the psych ward, talking about how I called my mom threatening her. And I'm like, what? So I had to take them in a room and I'm like, look, I'm like, I am a psychic. I am a medium, but it's the force and the energy behind what you say, because they listened to me and they didn't question me at all. They knew that I was making sense and they knew that I meant business and I wasn't full of shit. Yeah. And nobody's ever, I mean, the way that I carry myself and everything like that, like people can look right into my eyes and know that I'm not, that I'm not crazy.
Now, we got 3 more topics, and one of them just jumped out because John wants to throw one out there at me. Huge upswing lately in the discussions about NPCs.
God.
I'll get into that. So, how to come into this scientifically. John is good when it comes to science. So I'm just going to say this. So I think what he means is that there is people out there walking on the streets like zombies, like that they are NPCs.
Soulless beings.
Yes, they are directed. Their consciousness is not there.
No, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Their consciousness is not there. It's being controlled by an outside force. And there you go, just see, and they are. See, John, I read up on it. I told you.
You know what I mean? I think that we are the outside force that they are controlled by. We are just not conscious of it, not fully yet, because that's what I think is really going on. But we can hijack them and we can control them.
Yeah, and like John said, like Doris Cannon called them the background people. Like, yeah, I consider that to be like, okay, here we go. Here's one. You have a soul. You have a lot of souls that do not reincarnate to Earth. They already have done their business. They've already been guided. They've already made their mark. They're gone. 30,000 souls all at once, all gone. You don't have enough souls to replace. Now they're NPC. Now they're just, you had an experience merging with another yourself when you were younger.
I never thought of it that way.
Right? That right there is another form. Or you didn't go. You didn't form with that soul or merge when it was dying. Now it's just going to be an NPC.
Or my consciousness, I just wasn't conscious until that point. Yeah. There was so it would have been an NPC. Nothing in my life.
Yes, there you go. And we can do that too.
It's like okay, so this is another
thing. So the body is alive, doing the actions until it has a soul to.
Right, but they also serve its purpose. So say these NPCs are literally just on autopilot, just going through the motions. They have no desire for spiritual advancement. They have no desire for anything. They just are the worker. They are the worker. They are the,
and that's what I'm saying. That's the same thing. And that's the same thing you experienced.
But we also need those souls at this point in order for us to be able to experience enlightenment.
Yes.
Because we need those stupid people to learn from. If we didn't have the idiots, how would we be challenged? How would we learn?
If anybody wants to find out what happens when the whole earth turns into idiots, look up Idiocracy, the movie.
Oh, yes.
I love that movie.
I called somebody. I used that word the other day in a comment. I love it.
That's a good job. It is, because that's a good word to use. Like oh man, it's just, okay. So, but John, John with the NPCs, that's one thing, that makes sense to me. Your body's on autopilot until the time that you merge and you form, or if it doesn't have a soul to form with, what happens?
They just live in autopilot. Die. It's everything.
Or pass away. Maybe that's sudden death syndrome, sudden baby death syndrome, SIDS.
It's all, but it's all, with that, I believe that was the soul that's conscious signed up to learn from that experience.
Okay.
And they send that experience in for the soul that has signed up to come and experience losing a baby right after they're born, or, you know, because of how much growth comes from an experience like that. That is growth. Everything is growth. People die for us to be able to live and learn and grow. All of the friends that have died, I have a handful of them that are here with me all the time. They've like turned into an army of angels for me that like sit at my feet. They're my army, but through them, I was able to live through that dying. I was able to learn, and so much with my psychic development. Like my dead friends are so much of my psychic development. I can't even tell you. Without those experiences, I wouldn't be where I am.
That is so awesome. I mean, not that your friends had passed, but that they help you after, because that means a lot to everyone. Eric, especially, you know, with his pet that's gone, your pet is still there. Your pet is still able to communicate. You just have to find another way to do it.
He's on your ass to get up.
He wants him up. I already told him, you know, I would connect him with you after this as well, and you know, get him a hold of you after this, because you're a great person to talk to, especially with pets and animals. Now, the next question would be: is energy different between places of like negative effects, like haunted locations, and does that location affect you as when you go in there? I give you the hard questions, I know.
No, it really just depends. I mean, there's some places that I will, nowadays, I used to be all like gung ho, like I'm not afraid of anything, I'll go into anywhere. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's like, do I really want to put myself in that situation? Because as I get older, I'm starting to realize how much things will stick around if they can. And that is just, that's a lot of energy upkeep that can be really exhausting. Yes, I mean, absolutely. It affects me for sure. Okay.
And you work with that though. Like if you go into a haunted place or you do an investigation, you work with your feelings.
Absolutely. And I'm also able to, one of the other things that I'm able to do is help souls move on, because a lot of people die unexpectedly and they get stuck. And
are they stuck because of the experience? Like
they're stuck because they don't know what to do. A lot of people pass on and they have no like solid belief system or like plan or thought even of what happens when you die.
Is that like people see spirits in rerun? Like they'll do the same thing over and over and over again because they don't know what else to do. That's kind of what you're.
I've heard of that happening. Sarah Eaglewoman had said my one friend, that was happening to him when he died, and she was able to suck him out and help him move over on. But what I'm specifically thinking about, my mom had a neighbor.
Okay.
And so for years, I would get this paranoid feeling like somebody was watching me or somebody was following me and like that kind of thing. And I finally figured out what it was through my mother of all people. This is crazy. So she calls me and she's like, I think she thought her ex-boyfriend put cameras in her house. And I was like, Mom, I'm like, what? I'm like, what? And she's like, you've got to come over here and check. And I'm like, okay. So I go over there and I'm walking through her house. My mom's like 70 something. I'm like, and I'm like, Mom, there's no cameras in your house. We get to her side yard, and I'm like, that's who's watching you. And I pointed to the guy that lived behind her, and she's like, he died. And I was like, what?
Oh, jeez.
I was like, when? And she was like 5 days ago. And I was like, oh my God. He was literally waiting for me. He was following me around. Like I drove to my mom's house a different way because I thought somebody was following me. It's like, it doesn't even make any sense. He was literally trying to get my attention because he was stuck. He died suddenly, like young too. He was like 65 or something, and just like died suddenly, and he was stuck. So with my third eye, whenever I feel like this, whenever I feel like I've got somebody watching me, it had been going on for years. And without this experience with my mother, I would have never figured out what it was. And finally I figured out what it was. So I'll create a portal with my third eye.
Okay.
I will create a portal. I'll be like, look, I'll create a beam of light up. Okay. With my third eye, just with my imagination. Your imagination is your remote viewing. It is your third eye vision. Imagination. That's what it is. We're told that it's bullshit. It's not that, but that's what it is. And then I'll be like, go. I'm like, there it is, go. And he literally like jumped in it. He was like, thanks, bye.
Oh, wow.
And then it's like the feeling's gone. So there's a lot of people who just get stuck. It's like an accident. Like they don't know where to go. It's like they don't, they just don't know where to go. It's not like
I understand. Like it was so traumatic at the time. They're stuck here. They're like, well, I didn't believe in this. I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in this. And I was just, I died, I passed away, and now I don't know where to go.
Exactly. So sometimes they need a little bit of help, but even once they go, you can still communicate with them. I mean, it's like, there's no, because a lot of people think, well, if I detach from them, I'm going to lose them. Well, no, that's not the way that it works. When they move on and you can still have access to your loved ones no matter what. And
I would think it'd be a better connection when they move on.
Exactly. And just like you said, how higher vibrational beings can be having 10 conversations in 10 different dimensions at one time. Well, yeah, that is my experience. And that's how I see, like when we have a loved one who's passed and they go back into source consciousness, well, they can be, definitely talking to their loved ones in, 20 of us at once.
Yeah.
Like it's not, humans tend to think that things are human, having this human experience. But once you're out of your body, you're not having a human experience anymore. You evolve into source consciousness. You evolve into God. You're literally.
It's like you are your own God in your own right, because you're leaving your body, you're controlling your energy, you're going places, but it's not like, there's beings that are of a higher frequency, but that would be of a God. We think, oh, higher frequency, something comes down here, blinds you, blinding light. You think blinding light, on you, but it doesn't hurt your eyes because it's the energy, it's the frequency of the love that comes out of that doesn't hurt your eyes, but you can still see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the most profound lesson that you have learned from working in the spiritual and metaphysical realm?
The most profound lesson.
Mm-hmm.
That it is all, and this is actually recent that I heard that this makes sense, that everything is us. Everything is me. Everything is everything that I'm communicating with, everything that I'm able to do, everything that I see, everything that it's all me. It's all, I'm just accessing different perspectives of me.
That is awesome. And that's true to everybody, because
and you, it's you, we are literally the same thing. You are me, I am you. It's just in a different perspective.
Yes. And I've heard that, like, if people look at the telepathy tapes, okay, we'll wrap this up here in about 10 minutes, if you don't mind. Sure. The telepathy tapes. If you look at the telepathy tapes, you see that, you have kids that are non-speakers that visit each other on the hill mentally. Mm-hmm. That's out there. Non-speaking children. That's what I was going to say. Have you worked with any children like that?
I haven't. Not in a professional manner, but I have been told that I am supposed to create a children's form of Reiki.
Okay.
That is just easier for kids to learn than what Reiki, is. And I was visited by Maori, and I didn't know what Maori was, but here Maori means children of heaven. That's what the word means. It took me like 2 weeks to figure it out. So I would love to, and my little boy, I've been working with him since he was this big. He is superior. He's superior to me. He knows more. He is the all-knowing, because he's closer than he just got here.
Yeah.
And it's very important to me for his gifts not to be etched out of them like they were me, because it was very hard to get back to them. But I've been doing little psychic games with him since he was 3 months old.
Yeah.
So just not in a professional way. I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, but you have, though. In your own way, you have, Right. But that's the same way with me. Like my son, Anthony, he was non-speaking when he was younger. I couldn't understand why. Could not understand why for the longest time. And here I was coming home from work one day. I come into the apartment. I start de-stressing. I go back there. I meditate. I started to meditate before I left the military, when I went through the Reiki and everything in this group thing that I went through, and I could hear him.
Yeah, he was trying to teach you how to talk telepathically.
I didn't even. I've never told him this before, but I heard him. I heard him, and it wasn't. At first, I thought, okay, cool. What is this? This isn't my thoughts. I know it's not, because I'm not thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a screaming in my head, like, can you hear me? Like, and I'm like, I'm thinking, what in the hell is going on? And I thought I was losing my mind. I really did, until took my child to the doctors, and he said, screaming at me, take me to the ear doctor. I said, okay. Took him to the ear doctor, a specialty clinic. Here, his tubes of his ears were like this. So he couldn't hear anything. They put tubes in his ears. After that, he heard everything I heard him. His psychic ability did fade away, though, because, like all children, when we're growing up, though, it's like, they hate it, though, because nobody does it.
Mm-hmm.
They're the only ones, so it's like, I feel alone. I need to talk.
Oh, I do it.
Yeah. But back, and then I helped them. But when we were younger, it was dream, imagine, and then, you've got a job, you've got a family, you've got rent, you've got bills, you get slammed.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to center yourself before you can start helping others, and before you can start, getting your ability, better. And that's what I noticed when I was younger, or when my child was younger. That's what happened to me, is I noticed that screaming. And as soon as his ears were fixed and he started talking, the screaming stopped. And I just knew that was him.
Yeah. Well, he was also teaching you telepathy. Also, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful story.
Now, where can listeners find and view your work? I'm actually going to bring, if I have it up here. Yes, I do. I've got it.
Well, I have a YouTube channel, which I'm really working on getting monetized, and it's just Lindsay Latham. And I have a TikTok that you can find all of the links to my other social media from my YouTube. There you go. And then my website is Asheville, because I live in Asheville, North Carolina. It's ashevillePetPsychic.co.site, SITE. And on there, you can shoot me a contact. You can contact me through the contact form, and then that'll take you to my email, and we can converse in email. Everything is authentic. I work with people in all price ranges. I will work with you and, help you regardless. There has to be an energy exchange, of course. Like, there's somebody in Pakistan right now who needs to disconnect from some telepathic connection. So, and she can't pay me. She's in Pakistan. It doesn't work. So I'm going to be making very soon a YouTube video that is going to help her, but it'll also help a lot of other people at the same time. So no matter what you need, email me, and I'm, willing to help. Of course, I have boundaries, of course, but it's like the universe has a way of working things out. So, but I do private readings. I teach Reiki. I can attune you if you're ready to go through, and start Reiki. And then I work with animals. I find I do lost location reports for pet owners that have lost their pet, and then I do animal communication sessions, whether they're alive or past. I do pet Reiki, human Reiki.
Yeah, I know, and I know you've already helped 2 or 3 people in our audience today, ma'am. With Eric, he's been very down with his pet that has been lost and that passed away, and I thank you for that very much, because
you're welcome. I'm happy.
It takes a good person to donate their time to someone who can't pay, and that's you. And I fully believe that.
Yes.
Like,
not always. I mean, I have boundaries, but you know what I'm saying.
Exactly. There's always boundaries. Okay, you're not gonna. Okay, hey Lindsay, I need you to psychically connect and spy on my neighbor. No.
Yeah, no. No, but I do what I can. For sure.
Okay. And is there any final message you'd like to share with our audience?
Let me see. All of the answers are within you, literally everything. There isn't anything that you cannot access. And as much as you possibly can, go within for the answers, not on the outside, because everybody has their own perspective and everybody's living through the perspective of their own trauma. The answers are inside of you. And that is all that you need. You don't need anybody's advice. You need your inner being to speak to you and help you.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Lindsay, I thank you for being on the Galactic Family Podcast so much. And anytime you want to come back, share insights, even research that you've done, you're more than welcome. You can reach out anytime and I will have you back on immediately.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. You have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your Easter.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, John.
All right. That was Lindsay. Oh my gosh. My heart. That was awesome. Great person, great human being, and will help you if you need it with spiritual, with guidance. She'll be there for you also, just like we are here on the Galactic Family Podcast. Everyone here is here for you. Lindsay is here for you. We bring these guests here not for show. We bring them to help our audience, to help you guys, because you have questions. Everyone does. I have questions about everything. John got me going. When we were talking about hyperdimensional communication and stuff, he got me going. And we are going to start actually switching our prerogative on the channel, which will be half and half. We're doing 50% after April and May. 50% of the time we'll be going in the field live, doing real in the field work, live on the podcast, on location, using my equipment. And I have about